The B2S Podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Yo, what it do? What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? Hey, man, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success Podcast, man. We're excited to be in the place once again, man. And this your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. I also joined together with my co-host, my brother from another mother, Alxndr Hall. What up, man?
What's up? What's cracking, man? What's going on? What's going on, bro? How your week been, bro?
It's been pretty dope, man. Dope, man. Yeah, this week pretty dope. Last week was a little tough, but it's, you know, you got to keep it moving.
True.
Keep it grooving.
Facts. True.
Make
Moving and grooving.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Dub, how was your week? How was your week?
My week was it was fantastic.
My bad, Mike. I done took away your
You took my shine.
My bad.
You done took my shine, man.
I was trying to be hospitable. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Like, yo,
rewind that back.
Yeah.
give you a little break. Give you a little break. You feel me?
Hey, I love it, man. Hey, I love it when we get together, man. But you know, we gonna go ahead and do this, man, and also join together. Yes, sir. My co-host, my brother from the same mother. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda, man.
Thank you. No, man, it's bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm so amped, bro.
Yeah.
I'm super amped. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be.
Dropped the LAD video. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel. No Grind, No Glory. You feel me?
Yeah.
And hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. But just dropped that. Just had a show in Miami. So that, bro.
Yeah, talk about that Miami trip, man. Go ahead.
You know, he don't mind. Get a little shot right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was dope. So it's me, my other brothers, Pastor Tim Moses, Knowledge, and DJ Kojak. So we pretty much formed something called BTGM. Of course, it's off of Knowledge's brand. So
now what's BTGM?
Bridging the Gap movement.
Okay, so people know.
Yeah, so we got a segment that we're doing, and we're going to different, like city to city, called the Unity Movement Concert.
Yeah.
So if you want us to come out, throw them, holler at us, we'll get with you, we'll get everything set up, whoop-de-woo. But we went down to Opelika, down Miami, and bro, it's just, the mayor was there, the commissioner was there. We had PK White. We also had Knack from NOG. Shout out to Knack. We also had man Royal P, Jill, 13th Disciple. So we had our ideas is to come to your city, get the hottest artists that's from your city, and let them be the headliners. And you know, we just come together, be unified. And so,
okay. That's
yeah.
dope.
So it's
concept,
real. Yeah. So man, we set up, we opened up shop, we did our thing. And the mayor and commissioner there were so impressed with what we did. It's like, look, we need you to come back down. Like, we want to do this bigger, better. Matter of fact, this is the date, whoop-de-whoop. So, getting everything's, settled with that. And just how they were just blown away at our set, bro. It was just like, God was there, bro. Like, with this, what we're doing, I can see the hand of God moving because it's catching flame quick. Like, people just hitting us left and right. Hey, man, how can we be part of this show? How can we jump on this right here? Man, hey, man, where y'all going? Okay, look, I'm going everywhere y'all going.
Yeah.
and,
That's dope.
and we feel like it's a need that needs to be met when it comes to youth, when it just comes to community, people in general. Just something is missing, bro. And we feel like what we see in our industry in Christian hip-hop, man, there's just so much division. There's so much Christian hip hop is dead, and it's just like, man, how can something be dead what God brought alive? So it's just like, you can't. What is God bred? You can't kill. You can't cancel.
Bars.
Yeah, he started already.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
As a matter of fact, incorporate the bomb right there.
Down goes Frazier.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. But like I said, you can't kill what is God bred. And so just like, bro, you know how when you always want to gravitate to somebody else's platform because you see where they are. And when you're that artist that's kind of hard to decipher if you're just coming here because you want to build and actually build something, have a relationship, friendship, brotherhood, or you just over here just because you want to just try to gain it for clout, just to get people to come the way you at. Like, it's like, get your fan base up. Like, people always target their favorite artists. Like, they're not your fan base. Like, they're not checking for you like that. Like, I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? I went through that little phase. Like, man, no. And then you get your little feelings hurt. Like, they ain't like they say who they is. Man, no, you had just high expectation and unrealistic expectations. So what do we got everybody to just like want to be a part of it. It's catching flame, and I can see the hand of God on it, bro, because we're intentionally trying to provide something that we know is missing within our genre, within our industry, and just seeing God in real time move, even with the mom just kicking it off, and bro, like he was literally on the stage, he could not move. He was just, I'm talking about tears just flowing, bro. He just could not move. And we knew that, okay, this is what we need to have that's going to set the tone for the rest of the night. And boy, did it.
Yeah.
And so God was in the place. Impact was just out the yin yang, man. The guy Rim, he's like, yo, and he the owner of Studio 19. He's like, this y'all spot, whatever you want, whatever you need, holla at me. And he was like, he didn't know what to expect because he was like, it's a Christian show, so he was thinking like, praise the Lord, you know what I'm saying? he was thinking about that. But then when we was at sound check, he didn't know what to expect, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
He didn't know what to expect, so we did our sound check, right? He was like, we planted a seed. we planted a seed.
Messed him up.
Boy, I did it. Like, we pretty much was hearing from him all night. He was like, yo, I'm just anticipating what's finna go down tonight, bro. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part that you hear, man. People don't know that this exists, that you can have clean fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta be into an environment, a place where it's just like it's just uncomfortable. You don't know what's gonna pop off or happen. But there, we had one dude. He was like, "Oh, you going there? We ain't going there." Man, they were just shooting. No, we ain't going there. Yeah. But when you got the hand of God on it,
that's called wisdom.
It is wisdom. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like when you really locked in and you know that God is moving in a place that He sends you,
for sure,
it's different.
Yeah.
It's different than you going on your own, and then you got to go covered, no matter where you go. So, long story short, we crashed the set. Mayor's like, look, and the other guy, Crazy Legs. He was like, man, he just kept pulling out to the side, like, bro, like, yo, we gonna sponsor y'all event. Like, they was just moved by a presentation, and they was like, we want to see y'all do this on a bigger scale. So, and it's crazy because, like, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
That's
crazy.
I say that to say this because a lot of times we try to jump on what's already been built through other people who stay faithful to what God called them to do. Yeah. And what God called them to build. So we have to do the same thing. We have to build our own. We have to set the blueprint for what has been missing the last 8 to 10 years. Because we had a segment, bro, like years. Just man, we was trying to figure out, man, which concert we gonna go to? Because it's too many going on. We got to go to the best one.
Yeah.
It ain't like that now.
Right. There ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing
unless it's
going
coming
on.
from a big artist like Cray Crew.
Exactly.
And them guys that's already been in the game for 15, 20 years, and they big headliners in the game now. But other than that, like your local stuff that was going on, it's non-existent.
Well, I can't say it's not completely not going on because
Not as heavy.
The big homie Crescendo, he had the Verb, and they was going to different cities. You know what I'm saying, with the Verb. You know what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying like it's not, but it's like he was saying, where we're at now, like it's in this area. It used to be something going on like almost
every other church. Somebody had some type of concert going on,
ain't nothing
outreach.
Ain't really a whole lot going on with that. And I think too, I think part of the issue is we're not exposing it. You know, it's sad when you're in a place where Christian hip hop exists, but you go to a group of people and you start spitting out Christian artists, they don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
But then you start talking about secular artists, that's what they're listening to all day.
They give like a whole roll call.
You know what, bro? You know what? And I know this not for every ministry, quote unquote, large, medium, small, or whatever scale that particular nonprofit is on. But some organizations don't want to deal with artists or people who use music as an instrument. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with them because a lot of Christian artists, Christian hip hop artists, they trying to do Christian hip hop without the Christian.
Yeah.
They trying to do hip hop and a little bit of Jesus. No, it's not. That's not how it's going down. You have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta be preaching at the pulpit, but you do gotta be trying to align yourself a certain type of way in order to get up here in front of people and minister to people in this vein. Because, you know, this.
And a flip side of that coin is also life happened with a lot of people that thought they were equipped enough to handle it, but it broke them.
Right. Because it's a different vibe.
Totally
different vibe. Coming from support to I mean, you still have to do the stuff that it takes to get your stuff out there with way less support. Yeah. And so it takes a little bit longer because you're trying to save money for CD promo or music promo, mixing, mastering, studio time. So it takes you a little bit longer because you're not as mainstream, and so the money and the funds don't come in as quickly. And then you have to deal with the church rhetoric. So I get it. Yeah,
you always want to do it for free.
Yeah,
and it's like if their church not throwing on an event, they don't want to be a part of it. They don't bring a youth group, none of that. So it's like they're afraid you're gonna take their members. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole spider web of things. There's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, no, my head hurt.
We won't even go down that road.
Yeah, for sure.
Trust me.
But and I just noticed over the course of the years, man, it's just like man or mission. What are you about? Are you about just getting clout from man and get the acknowledgement that you're looking for, the notoriety, or are you about God's mission?
Right.
Are you about God's people? And that's why he's blessing this tour, this Unity Movement concert, a series we're doing. Like, we're going to West Palm Beach, then we're going to Fort Pierce, we're going in Orlando. We're going to have something going on in Jacksonville, going right back to Miami, and going to Atlanta. So because our heart is ministry, we understand the artist form of it. Like, we going to give you the presentation. We going to give you a show.
Right.
But we going to give you ministry.
Right.
And which is why we're very selective of the artists that we work with, because
you have to.
We got to get that element.
You have to. That's the authenticity, and that's what draws. You know what I'm saying? And so And that's one of the things that even with the core group that you had when we threw the concert at our church, and just looking at each one and what they brought to the table, I'm like, dang, like
Yeah.
you know, like it was like so good, man. And so it's like when you get that authenticity, it brings about a different experience, and so you have to protect that because
You do.
you know you have to, man. You have to be on I guess foot in another word, sense of a word rather, because people will just attach themselves to you just to try to get to that next place. And having even, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, man, you've been doing this for 17 years, I think?
This year makes 17 years.
17.
17 years.
Yeah.
17 years. And then you know, people will just try to leech on to you just because of what they think it looks like and what it seems, and not realizing all the work you put in. And even, first of all,
Tears, blood, sweat, everything.
yeah, and first of all,
Sacrifice.
staying 17 years.
Bro, I'm sitting here, cause y'all know I come from the house, bro. So
Hey, you know I'm on the couch.
Yeah, bro, you got to put that on a T-shirt, bro.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's every episode, bro.
I love that. Hey, track my that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. I come from the
Come
house.
from
so,
the house.
So like,
Be like, hey, bro, what that mean? Oh,
for real.
For real,
Break it
bro.
down.
I got you.
Yeah.
So like when I'm breaking down, I'm sitting here breaking down what y'all talking about, right? So, I think that comes from like wherever that person is at the time. That's how. It's a humongous difference from you being or getting divinely connected to someone and you attaching yourself to someone.
That's good.
It's a huge difference, and I think the difference is where you're at. Because if you're looking for something to fill a void, or you need something to be met, or something to be built up, and if you don't know how to go before God and let Him break those barriers down, and you take the time to withdraw, heal up, or counseling or prayer, or just build yourself in the faith. Just keep yourself on the walk. Just keep on the potter's wheel.
Yeah.
Then you'll be looking for Him or you to fill that void. And now when you go to a person like you, or you were anybody, you're somebody on the football team, basketball team, somebody who see that's popular in your school, somebody, a YouTuber, a rapper, a singer, whoever the case may be. When you get around them and you attach yourself to them, you're not adding no value to the situation. Now you're being parasitic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now you're a parasite.
Yeah.
Now you like you ever seen that dog in the background of the chain with that big old grape thing hanging? That's a tick. He's sucking the life out of him. He's not adding nothing to the situation.
Yeah.
But taking and
But
taking
he's
and
taking.
taking.
You know what I'm saying? He's straight taking. I work in the hospital and we got these IV pumps, and the middle part is called what we call it the mom. It's the brain. It controls all of the signals and stuff like that. The small part is the LVP. We call them babies because you can detach them. Once you connect them to, it's like a power network. This part tell this one what to do. This one administers whatever medication you got going on inside the person's veins. This thing is so smart. The LVP, the little side pump, it is so smart to where if somebody have a blood clot, it'll stop and shut off, because if you have a blood clot and you pumping medication, you can give somebody an embolism, like you swell their veins up or whatever. You can mess them up. So they kind of work on their own. But this one can't work without this one. And you have to latch it on, but when they connect, they feed off of each other. You know what I'm saying? This one is not taking no power from this one. They're connecting and working together.
Adding to.
You know what I'm saying? They're adding to it. So it's a humongous difference from when a person is being divinely connected. If you got gaps in you, when you get with a woman or you get with a man and get around a homeboy, you're gonna drain them. You're not feeding me nothing. I'm dishing out. But when I need something, I can't get that back. You're not adding no value. Who is the barber's barber?
Dang.
Real talk, ask him for a friend.
I don't want you cut my hair because your junk look jacked up. So when you go into the barbershop, when you go into the barbershop, 9 times out of 10, the guy who always clean and fresh with the J's on, with the tattoos, with the chain on, he probably one of the best barbers in the barbershop because he looked like it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my hair cut by him because he look like he know what he doing.
Yep.
He did. So it's
Presentation.
like, you feel me? But it's like it's a humongous difference from being divinely connected and attaching yourself to something.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, it all falls down to what is a condition that you're in. That's how you're gonna interact with different people. You did.
That's true.
That's good.
Are you connected yourself? Is God sending you there, or is God sending them to you, or are you looking for a void to fill? Or are you just lonely and they're available? Now you in love with a person you should not be in love with. Now you're having children with a person you should not have children with. Now you got this baby, and y'all break up. Now every time they call you, it's a life interruption because this is not supposed to. You made a whole life interruption that you added to yourself because of not the child. Now I'm talking about the person who you had the child from.
God, dog.
Boy, you went there real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real talk because
That's good, man.
Because you attached yourself to a situation that you were not supposed to be attached to because of the condition that you were in. So it's like I say, it's a humongous difference, bro, from being connected and attaching yourself to something. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, boy, you opened y'all done opened the floodgates wide open.
Bro, you ministered to me right now, brother.
You crazy.
And bro, that's the importance of choosing the right partner, bro. Like, and that's not just in relationships, that's in business, that's in brotherhood, that's in friendships. Like, who you select is a reflection of you.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad choices.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you put yourself in this, you'll get yourself out.
Right.
You better hope good God's grace can cover you. He will cover you.
Right.
He does have empathy for you, but it's like, yo, you keep making those same choices. All right, listen, I'm gonna leave you to yourself. One of the worst state of minds you can have is a reprobated mind.
Oh yeah.
And even with, like, through the years, like, you've seen firsthand, like, all the hardships I endured with even different label situations, different situations like, bro, this is going on. This is like just half getting stuff, half getting information. You just be like, well, dog, why they telling them just this and they ain't telling the whole label?
Right.
Like, it's just like, you, bro, you know everything.
Right. Right.
And even on the flip side of man on mission, right? I had to really learn how to stay in the place of loving man while still choosing the mission. Because sometimes man can cause you to default and just return from continuing through the mission. So if you're only doing it for the sake of man and not for the sake of the mission of God, you're gonna go to the left. You're gonna go to the left crazy. And just seeing where a lot of people were, like a lot of my homies, man.
Excuse me, yo.
Oh, you good, bro?
You good, bro.
Just seeing what life did to them because of unrealistic expectations. So I see a lot of people who used to be in Christian hip hop, right? They take shots at the genre, but this was the genre that you wanted to be a part of.
Right.
So to me, that tells me that you were all in it for just man, just for getting sales, because you're not getting the response of the fan. But I'm like, okay, well, are you putting money into marketing? What happened to the mission? Because you are always going to have to do business side, and it's worse on the mainstream side. and you're gonna get taxed 3-4 times more than you would on this side. So what are we doing? You kick the mission because man ain't supporting you like you think they should. But still, we're not taking the appropriate steps to fulfill God's mission because he's the one that ultimately expands your territory. Mm-hmm. So no matter what you do, you can do everything under the sun. If it's not part of his will, it's just not a part of his will. And that's some things that we just got to accept. Mm-hmm. And we don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater because it didn't turn out like how we think it should. Mm-hmm. Because you still benefited from it. Mm-hmm.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
What you just said, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. Bro, I see so much, bro. And it's time, like God said, it's time to speak. This is just where I'm at.
Now, hold on now. Now we can't act like you know what I'm saying, that we ain't supposed to. Okay, we human. We got feelings.
Definitely.
So you mean tell me you been working, and stuff ain't popping? You gonna be a little like, man, I don't like how this feel, God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get a little sour. We supposed to be sour, but then I think God like, okay, you feel sour. Yeah.
And it's okay to feel that.
If I'm the anchor, then you choose me, and I can turn the sour to sweet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's hard to be like, man, God, like this.
I think that's where you, when you're looking at the situation at hand, I think that's where you have to be reminded of the mission.
Yeah.
Which would be, in another sense, would be, okay, well, what is the vision? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you're looking at somebody, you know, and Dub that's been in the game 17 years. Like when I first stepped into the youth pastor role, like a lot of artists I met through him. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the artists that he's seen go back or do something different, or it's the same artists that some of them that I brought, and you know, some of them decided to go a different route and different things of that nature. But then at some point you have to question, you know, like, were you in it for, you know, the fame, or what one would consider the fame or the notoriety, you know, for man, you know, to get that attention, or was you in it for the mission, was to change somebody's life? Because when it comes to the mission, it's not going to be pretty all the time. When it comes to the mission, it's not going to always look like how you want it to look. It ain't going to even come in the form of the harvest that you're looking for.
I'm trying to tell you.
But when you focus on the mission, that just comes with the territory. Mm-hmm. Because how many times will you would be sent out, like you was talking about earlier, connecting with people that don't add or bring nothing to the table. Mm-hmm. But what happens when that was the total mission anyways? When, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When if I'm sending you out to do a work because that's what I purpose you to do, I'm not speaking like God, you know, in a sense. It's like that's my responsibility to take care of. You just go do what I ask you to do.
Yeah, you go get the reps in.
Right? You know what I'm saying? If I tell you, like, you know, like that time we went to Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was big. It was a lady. I think we shared this with you, right?
Yeah, that was huge, bro.
Yeah, we had. It was a. Here's the crazy thing, right? It was. I got a call. Mm-hmm. All right. They wanted me to come and speak to this empowerment event, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, cool. So we're talking, and they was like, you know, okay, well, you know, I know how everything goes. I know, you know, there's a fee, you know, so, you know, just go ahead and just go ahead and hit me, you know, and whatever the fee is, I gotta make sure we got it. It was that type of deal. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So she's talking. God says don't charge. I was like, hold up.
Hold up, swole up.
Pump the brakes.
Hold up.
Yeah. Pump the brakes.
I don't think
this is a for-profit business. So.
Now you making me a non-profit? What's going on, Lord?
Flag on the play.
And he started reminding God, man, God, remember this is a. He started reminding God, but God, this ain't why y'all.
Hey, flag on the play. Like, time out. Like,
I know I didn't.
What's really going on? Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Bro, like, hold on. Like, man, I know I didn't hear what I just thought I heard. Like, because if she's talking, he says again, he says, don't charge her. I say, dang. I said, okay. So she's talking and sharing stuff with me, so I'm letting her talk. And then when she gets done talking, she said, okay, all right. I know I done said enough. Okay, go ahead and hit me with it. What's the fee? I say, and they actually had a nonprofit. This family actually had a nonprofit. Come to find out, and so I was like, you know what? I said, don't worry about it. This one on me, bro. Like, y'all would have thought I was like Michael Jackson or somebody. Like, she screamed in the phone. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, and then, long story short, he was with me. Doug was with me. Devon was with me.
Okay.
Devon was videoing for me.
Shouts out to Devon.
Shouts out to 2020 Productions.
2020 Productions.
Hey, listen, man, y'all go check out our boy, man. 2020 Productions,
Yeah.
man. He's part of the family, man. He helped some of this stuff come together, man. So y'all check him out if you need some videography, man. So he was filming for me, and so we get there, right? Here's crazy how God worked, bro. We're trying to make this as quick as possible. We get there, and I'm just, I try to get as much information about the event and stuff or there, but we get there, I'm like, it's a neutral building, but just in my mind and in my spirit, I'm like, man, this looks like a church. We went on the inside yet.
Okay.
We on the outside of the building. So we get on the inside of the building, and sure enough, it was a church.
It's a church.
Yeah, it was a church. And then come to find out, after the present, at the end, we met the mom and everybody, we met the whole family. Come to find out, it was a church. They wrapped the sign because they didn't want people not to come because it was a church. I said, that's smart. Because the sign, they put, see that right there? I was like, oh yeah, we walked right by. They wrapped the sign because they didn't want people not to come because it was an empowerment event.
Okay.
And so they didn't want people not to come because it was at a church. And so we get there, setting up merch table, everything, networking, and just meeting the people, because they're like, man, I ain't the type. I like to be amongst the people. You ain't got to put me in no room, nothing like that. Just let me.
Yep.
So
we slide.
Doing our thing, man, and time and time goes by, the event's not getting started. So they're trying to smooth everything over, and I'm like, this was like a long delay, bro. And so the young lady that was over the event, she finally gets there, bro, and she has this crazy story on why she was late. Like, so much happened in the course of the day. And she's explaining to the crowd what happened. And from one of the speakers not being able to make it because all of a sudden their back locked up just out of the blue, never had back problems at all. And his back locks up and can't move, he can't do nothing. Something else happened, I forgot. I don't know if it was somebody was in an accident. Something major happened. And so when she's on, she was shook. Yeah, she's trying to MC, but she was trying to make the best of it. She was shook. And so it kind of shifted the whole atmosphere because you had to change the program up. And it was like, now I'm pretty much the main speaker now. Before it was supposed to have been two speakers. And so, but then the other stuff that was going on was kind of killing the vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
And so she pulled me to the side. She was like, I need you. Like, this ain't going like how I wanted to go. Can you go now? I was like, yeah, no problem. And so they went on ahead, and while they was finishing up some things with the couple sets that was going on, so she looks over and she grabs me and she's like, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, no problem. What's up? So I said, it's okay for my brother. So I grabbed my brother. So we go outside. Bro, she breaks down. Like, I'm talking about boo-hoo. Like, everything that was weighing on her, it just came out. And me and my brother just looked at each other. And
know what time it was.
We knew what time it was. So we just, hey, let's just pray. She was like, that'll be just so great. Let's just. And at that moment, that's when I knew why God told me not to charge that.
Yeah, because you didn't. We be getting so mixed up, our business and God's.
Yeah.
I be like, said, your business ain't got nothing to do with God's business. As a matter of fact, you need to stay out of God's business. That's why stuff don't be moving.
And let him mandate your own.
Because we be so much trying to see what he got going on. You ever seen somebody be peeking at the blinds? Why are you trying to peek in God? Stop worrying about what he got going on. Worry about what he tell you to do, say.
Right.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Bro, it's imperative, man, because you can't be so stuck on the man that you omit the mission, bro.
Yeah.
Because at that moment, I realized, dang, that's why. You knew that she was going to go through all this stuff, that the event was going to take a turn, and that's the last thing she needed to worry about was paying a speaker. Because, like, it was serious, bro. Like, when I can't remember what the other stuff, but it was like, it started from the time she woke up to her getting and flying to the event that day, that her day was just totally wrecked. And she just collapsed, bro, and that was it. And then I look at that, right? I look at that, so I go in, I do my thing, you know what I'm saying? It turned out great. The event turned out great. We get outside. They giving us a tour of their facility. Then they owned a youth facility, so they're giving us a tour of that. And then one of the sisters' husband owned a barbershop, so we showing all this stuff. And then I'm turning off. And then look at this here. We're sitting out there talking, right? Because we got to get the people focused on the mission, man. You got to look at the mission and say, does it take what it takes? So, no, for that particular engagement, I didn't get paid, but I did get paid because what God wanted to happen transpired. Because while we're sitting out there talking, after they're showing us tours, we're sitting there talking in front of the building. 3 homeless guys walk up. And I had my Think Different, Be Different, Live shirt on.
Thanks.
And the first thing they say is, oh, man, I love that shirt. I'm like, yeah? I was like, yeah, man. So we start chopping it up. And so I was like, hold up. So I go inside. I grab 3 shirts off my table. I bring the shirts back out, and I give it to them. We actually took pictures. I got a picture somewhere. I know I posted it. It was some years. This was a couple years back. But we had took some pictures with them. With all, I think it might have been 2 or 3. But I gave them all shirts, and bro, it's like I gave them $1 million, bro. And that actually did more for my heart than being there for that event.
Bro, you actually did give them that $1 million.
You know what I'm saying?
You gave them a Think Different, Be Different, Live Different shirt. You gave them a second wind of hope and understanding. If I think different, I could be different. And then I get the opportunity to live different.
Right.
No shameless plug.
I think that's what God mean by store. I'm paraphrasing Christians. Don't come from my head.
Off with his head.
Store or for yourself heavenly rewards.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think that's what that is, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get compensated for
in a different way.
Like, you're cashing in. Like you're depositing your chips into eternity's 401k account.
I like that.
You did what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when we cross over, when you at the other judgment, when God and Jesus they hand out rewards, you're able to get you're not walking up in heaven as a regular Christian. No, we got chains on and we doing our thing because there's certain stuff that you storing up for yourself when you get up there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all finna have a futon, we finna have a lazy boy. it's a whole different ballgame. You know what I'm saying? We in the same apartment building, but
For
you got
real.
but you got the studio apartment, and we got the 4-bedroom. It's a whole different type of living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what that is right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you
Definitely
can't. You know, people that's trying to get attached to people for the clout and what they can get. You know, and I mean, bro, you hit the nail on the head, bro. It's like, man, if they're not bringing nothing to the table, they ain't bringing no value. Then what does it serve somebody that put in years of work to let you come in and tear my platform down in one segment?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's
What can you say? These folk lazy. Ain't no way I'm throwing my math at them.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's
It's
true.
crazy,
And
man.
even in that moment, bro, I remember after we prayed for her, you could just sense the peace of God just came over her, and she was okay the rest of the evening.
Yeah, laughing, talking. It was, man, man. If y'all don't get nothing else out of this podcast, man, focus on the mission. Yeah, you gotta focus on the mission. Man, ain't gonna let you down. I've been with this guy, and I've seen artists, and it wasn't what was being portrayed in the public eye. You know, I've seen it. You know, some of your prominent people, and I've been around a few, and it wasn't what was televised. So if you get focused on that, man, and then you start losing sight of the mission or the vision for which God gave you your gift, or He got you going in a certain direction, and then it just starts to go left, then you take your focus off the mission, then you miss your reward. Because we're looking for a reward in the form of clout and fame and fortune and stuff like that. And it may or it may not come, but at the end of the day, when you focus on the mission, you always get your reward.
Bro, what really keeps me anchored, like, I ain't budging, I ain't going nowhere. Depart from me, you work of iniquity, therefore I never knew you.
Yeah.
I don't think we can fathom the weight of that.
Yeah.
Lord, I did this in your name, I did that in your name. But what about the things that they didn't do in his name? What about the things that they decide to abort the mission? That they decide to run their own agenda. And that's what keeps me anchored. Like, God, I don't want to be on this earth wasting time. And I remember there was, I had a moment, man. I had a moment like years ago. And this is like, I was kind of like at a crossroads of where, man, God, am I actually doing your mission?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, am I actually in your will?
I do. I had them talks too.
Like,
Yeah.
am I really saying I'm doing what you
Yeah.
say I'm supposed to do in your word?
Yeah.
Like, love your neighbor as yourself. Love the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, and soul.
Yeah.
And I remember he brought a lot of stuff back to my memory. Remember when you went to the nursing home? Remember when you went to the hospital? Remember when you went to the prisons? The Bible said, don't forget about those that are locked behind the bars. And we got it. We're doing it even a tour where where we'll be going to the different jails. We'll reveal the name later, but it's really dope. And we'll just do a tour there and just minister to them.
Yeah.
Different jails are set up. We got St. Augustine, Orlando, Kissimmee, and a few more other cities. But I remember I was at this crossroad of, man, wow. Like, because sometimes if you get lost in the mission of God, you don't have to worry about trying to keep track of doing the perfect
Right.
number. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because when
right.
it's in your heart, you just going to do it off the
Right,
cuff.
right.
You ain't going to think about it. You ain't gonna, but it's just, I wanted to make sure I had to do a heart check, like a self-evaluation, because I'm like, man, am I really doing your will? Like, like, are you in the will of God?
Right.
And this is when I really had to decipher what I'm going to accept gig-wise. This is when I really started involving the Holy Spirit and the Lord into my decision-making. And it changed my life forever, because it's like, now I know where I need to go.
Right.
I know if I got that tug, that's where I need to be. If I'm just like, I'm taking too long and I'm thinking about it too long,
9 times 10.
yeah, that wasn't it for me.
Yeah.
Or if I felt like I missed something, it's just like, it don't really just,
Yeah.
it wasn't for me.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
So I remember having them conversations, man, and like really please focus on the mission. And that's why I really connect with D1 a lot. He says, be real, be righteous, be relevant. 333. Like,
Yeah, he a real one too.
a real one.
Yeah. Shout out to D1. He a real one too. Man.
So what you having your mother out over here? Like, what are you doing? Like, you heard me? God. Like, so you out here, you hustling? So you selling bottled waters and you helping your mama? Like
You sound just like D1.
Shout out to D1, man.
Just
Love
like
you, bro.
D1, man.
I want to do a
that
parody
cat's
skit.
dope,
He
man. I like
real
that.
He
dope,
real
man.
dope.
And
Yeah.
people like him that understand the mission, bro.
Yeah.
People like Trey.
He be on some other stuff though, cause he could have went. He talks about his stuff, the offers and stuff that come at him, and he just like,
He had to. Nah.
Hey, bro, it's chest out though. Sometimes the mission is lean out on thy own understanding.
Oh, it's always that.
Yeah, sometimes
99.9.
Sometimes you going this way, then guy be like, "Hello, I thought that was done." Well, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not. I thought that was. I guess I'm not. Okay.
It be tough out here in these streets.
Real, for real. Like it be crazy out here, man. And then it's just when I see a lot.
Hey, bro, you up in bed in the car with a kid, and they see McDonald's, and their mama ride straight past. They be like, like God, you just missed it. Look, I thought.
Oh yeah, I forgot to see you. I forgot to try to find that link from the last time we was talking. Sinbad talked about that in the episode.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, when your mama be playing with you, and she just be riding by, she ride by the McDonald's, and you think you going to McDonald's, she just keep riding by, and you be talking about, mama, McDonald's.
Yeah, that's how we be.
They be riding around and another put me, mama, McDonald's.
Yep.
But I try.
That's how we be.
For real.
That's how we be. Like, God,
No
hold on,
cap.
God, you just pass it. God, like, I
They
ain't
got to be
going.
here. No.
God, like, I ain't it.
You missed it 3 times.
Yeah, he might speed up. He gonna, you feel me? That's how God works. God got his own plans, bro. He got his own plans. God know what he need. He knows what he needs done down here.
Yeah.
Yo, he know what he need because he created it.
Yeah, he's the manufacturer.
Like I can't come and tell you about your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's how when the teacher call home, from what the teacher say, you can already tell if your daughter did or she didn't do it because you know her.
Mm-hmm.
You describing something to me that I helped make.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how we're supposed to operate. I kind of know what they're going to do, what they're not going to do. So God know what he need done down here.
Mm-hmm.
He know what make us tick. He know what make us don't tick. Not us as in people, us as in what he made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he know.
And you know what, bro, and that's crazy because, the moment, just thinking about this, I just thought about this, but it's like you left a genre and aborted the mission, which proved God right that he couldn't trust you within the mission.
Dang.
Oh, Lord. See, now he finna.
You proved God right.
You aborted the mission.
You're like, look at this. Look at this fool. Yeah, Lord, just give him time. He gonna come back around. He foresee everything. Like, you proved God right that you were gonna abort the mission for your own selfish agenda and gain.
Yeah.
And still frustrated because you ain't where you want to be. And you're not going to be where you want to be until you get back in sync in line with his will.
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna be miserable, and you're gonna keep running around, letting the merry go around, running around in circles. You're gonna be that little hamster on the wheel.
Yeah.
He'll allow just off his sovereignty alone, he'll allow you to experience a little of what you can have. But he knows that the amount that if I give you this too much too soon, it's gonna destroy you.
And you know what? It was just hit my mind, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why not focus on the mission? Because the mission is attached to the man. So you're going to get both anyways. So if you're trying to connect with somebody,
Dang.
and if you solid with the mission, you're going to get the man anyways. But if you flip it, and I'm just connected to the man, well, you're going to miss the mission all the time.
And there's more attached to the mission that
Than it is,
gain than it is the man.
Yeah.
Because the man is limited.
Prime example. Ooh, but it's just got. Ooh, man. Okay, God, I hear you. Prime example. We just hit Black History Month, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what would happen to the movement if we wasn't attached to Martin Luther King's dream and we were just attached to Martin Luther King?
Ooh.
That means the mission died when he died.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
if I'm not attached to the mission, then that means I'm attached to the man. So when the man dies, then that means the mission dies. So then therefore the mission can't be completed. And so the reason we're able to celebrate a Martin Luther King Jr. Day is because the mission is still living on.
Year after year.
After year. And so we're always trying to keep that legacy alive because the mission was equality. The mission was, I need you to love me for the content of my character, not the color of my skin. The mission of our boys and our girls should be able to play together because of the content of their character and not the color of their skin. That was the mission. So if I would attach myself just because they saw fit for a preacher to come in and solidify this movement that needed to be done, and then he was only there momentarily, and then I attached myself to that, and I didn't look anything beyond that, guess what? We wouldn't be where we are today, even though we still have to deal with some of the ramifications of that because people don't want change in that area.
Exactly.
But the ones that do, we're still fighting for equality, and the mission is still going on today.
Still got the majority.
You know, so if you chase the mission, you automatically get the man because the man is attached to the mission.
Bro. Bro.
How long, but you can't fault a person for one. Look, it's some people who make struggle look real good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's some people who make it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Denzel make it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
Will Smith make it look easy. Dr. Eric Thomas make it look
Your
easy.
name?
Make it look easy. But if you look at everything that they go through to be able to handle it,
And the crushing behind the scenes?
oh no, they be like, yo, no, I'm straight. And then another thing too, it's easier to abort the man than abort the mission. It's easy to walk away from a dude.
And not get what you're looking for and go somewhere
Yeah.
else and try to get
Right.
what you was
It's
trying to
easier.
get from the first person.
Right.
It's easier.
So it's just like a repetitive cycle.
Yeah.
It's
And
easier.
this is crazy. So, for example, when we went to Miami, bro, when I tell you they will rock to the point where like whatever you need, it's yours. Whatever you need, that comes from the mission. Because they understand the mission. They're not just looking at the man. So when they understand the mission, they want to connect with the man.
It's automatic.
And with the man, I mean the man. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Because they saw something in y'all that they didn't see in somebody else. Because I can say I'm come in the representation of the man, but then I can come in a false pretense of a representation, and then you never get a chance to meet the man because it's not I'm not representing the man in the manner that I should.
And the capacity that need to be.
That needed to be done. Because what happens is, like, okay, like in your space, y'all are artists, right?
Right.
I'm in a different form of ministry, more so as in preaching and speaking, right? But I'm not the guy that comes in and says, okay, put me in the room till it's time for me to go on stage. That's a different experience. You see what I'm saying? So the mission would be, if I'm there to impact and change lives, then why wouldn't I want to do that at the highest capacity in which I can? I can't do that just by coming in and sitting in the room, and then when it's time for me to speak, go out and then go back in.
Nope.
Let me rub some elbows. Let me get to know some people. Let me feel you. You know what I'm saying? Let me let you know that I've been where you been. I may be where you at right now, just in a different facet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people can see that, man, it opens up the true authenticity of the gift in which God gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? Which sets that mission in motion, and then once that mission is put in the right environment, then there you go. You took the words right out my mouth.
Explode.
It
I
expands.
literally
It
experienced
expands.
that in Colorado. We did a meet and greet. Did the show. Bro, I was like all in the crowd. All like I was getting photos, pictures, things like that. But every time I turn around, hey, can we get a picture? Hey, can we get an autograph? Hey, see this? Yeah. For sure. Like the little kids, bro. Just like the youth in itself, just like we said before, bro, you making God really tangible. Because people feel like he's nowhere around. He's not near. I don't feel him. I don't see him. I remember I was looking at a little bit of Pastor John Gray video, and I was like, dang, that's powerful. When he said, man, I don't have my father who's not here, and now I got to believe in my heavenly father I can't see. I was like, God, dog.
I told my son that. I told my son that.
Dang.
Plenty of times.
Bro, you gotta. It's with the Cam Newton interview.
Bro.
It's good.
I told my son that plenty of times.
I got you.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's
My son mom called me one day, and I have a awesome child. I'm blessed to have a kid like mine. You feel me? Like he not perfect, cause nobody perfect, but he's a really good young man. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know he finna be 14, so he do
testing the water.
He do 13, 14-year-old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
a little bit.
You feel me?
A
But
kid
nothing
being a
crazy though.
kid.
Nothing crazy. Nothing that's
No.
yeah, not
Everybody
crazy.
test their
Everybody
limits.
says, yeah.
So you know, sometimes I
Kid
get
doing
them
kid
calls.
stuff.
You need to your son, but man, don't even come up there. You 4 hours away, bro. I'll be there by 3 o'clock. Stop playing with me. He know I'll pull up on you. I'll be there by 3 o'clock.
Hold up.
Stop playing. Like, come on, stop playing. You know, and when I get them, be upset because they had to ride 3 hours to come tack you up. Come on now. So
You don't want that.
You want that smoke out there?
come on, like, so look, I told my son all the time, like, I said, bro, how do you respect? I said, if you can't listen to your mom and she's right in front of your face, how do you respect to do what God tell you to do and you can't see him?
Dang.
I tell my son that all the time. I said, bro, so
Wow.
I said, you listening to your mom is actually training you to listen to God.
Dang.
It's you listening to me is actually preparing you to listen to God because
Dang, I never thought about that.
For real. Cause like
That's good, bro.
this is why people, bro,
That's
because
good.
your family is like, okay,
Dang,
this-
I never thought about that.
like, you know, I come from the house all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm in your living room right
You
now,
feel
cuz.
me? Yeah, I come from the house all the time. So that's how I comprehend it. You feel me? Real talk.
Bro, this dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. This
So-
is good.
So okay, so your mom and your dad, like your dad is the first human male that you're gonna come in contact with. Same thing with your mom. Your mom is the first woman you come in contact with.
Yep.
And your sisters, if you got sisters, the next one you come in contact with. They help it's like training grounds for you to deal with other men and other women outside your household. That's why the house is so important.
Man,
So I tell my son
you.
all the time, bro, if you can't listen to us, you're gonna have a hard time listening to God. And you rather deal with us than deal with him. Not saying like
Right.
that
No,
not,
right.
not saying that he's like
Right.
no, people get the wrong
Right.
the wrong, you know, because God, he a loving God, you feel me? But if you tell your daughter, Daddy, I want to go to Animal Kingdom. How many days? 7 days. So you want to eat at the restaurants? I want to eat at all the restaurants. Okay. Here are the stipulations. You gotta get on a roll 3 times out of the year, not be tardy to no classes, and then once that's complete, I will take you to Animal Kingdom 7 days. All of the restaurants, you get a T-shirt and a cup with the Mickey Mouse on it.
That's the bonus, y'all.
But
That's
before I cough up my end of the bargain, you have to cough up your end of the bargain. So I'm paying the price over here. So you with the straight A's 3 times out of this year and not being tardy, that's your price you have to pay. It's a contract. That's how God works.
And little do he know.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff. Like if you want to live an abundant life, you can't do what you want to do. Now God is he's a true God. He don't lie. So if you give, it's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? That's
It's a law of reciprocity. What they call law
He
of
trill like
reciprocity.
that.
It's gonna come back. Yeah,
he trill like that. But that don't mean that it's connected to him. It's just a principle of his that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? But I tell my son all the time, I said, bro, if you can't listen to us, you're gonna have a hard time, bro. And I'd rather you listen to us to get you trained and to respect other people and to be able to hear and to do what you don't want to do, because when God tell you to do something, sometimes it's not going to feel good. Sometimes it's going to be left field. And if you think me yelling at you or me raising my tone or your mom raising her tone at you, at least you can really hear that. When God tell you something, sometimes it's a feeling. When God tell you something, sometimes it's something that you see. And you have to be able to know. Of course, if you get groomed, we groom in that area, but first it starts at the home. Listen to me. Listen to me first so you know what love look like. Love is not all, let's go get some cheeseburgers all the time.
Right.
Love is get your butt in there, flip that mattress over, clean that room up.
Right.
Or else.
Right.
Sometimes that's love.
Right. Yeah, like say he love. He chasing those who he loves. Chastisement comes with it. Yeah, and that's what I always. And I always tell them, man, and I'm glad you went there, bro, because I say, man, the education system is so easy to fix. They don't want to fix it.
Yeah.
You cannot expect the change to happen with the next generation without discipline. What are they doing to our kids? They're taking discipline out of the school systems.
Yep.
But here's the caveat. You cannot discipline properly without everything you just said. Love.
True.
You cannot discipline properly without love. So if I come in there with love, that's why I'm able to go on to the campuses and say and do certain things, because they've seen the love that comes from me. And so when it comes to correction, they don't question.
Exactly. And you earned that.
Because you earned that. Exactly.
You earned
It's
that.
just
You
like
put
you
in the
said,
work.
it starts at home. So if they see the love at home and they see the discipline at home, and you didn't wait till they were 14, 15, 16 years old, because it don't start. It starts while a baby's in the womb.
Exactly.
It starts while, and people be like, man, you can't. Like, no, y'all play with it if you want to. Y'all laughing and kicking and oh my God, bro. I came across a video just swiping one night, just up late, just swiping.
Wow.
Man, this little baby, bro.
He said, wow.
Wow. Hey, he had to be maybe 2, 3 years old, bro. Cussing like a grown person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, y'all got to be. And I'm looking and I'm reading the comments from the world, bro. and they're kudos, and they're kikiing, and they're laughing, and they're, oh, boy, he gangster. Oh, I'm like, what?
That's not gangster.
It's not.
Okay, come talk to me when that kid about 12, 13 years old.
It's
He
gonna be
robbing
over.
stores and doing all this kind of stuff because it's going to lead to something
And they
bigger
gangster
and
till
better.
it
He
hit
ain't gonna be able
home.
to have.
If it's not
gangster till it
checked,
hit home.
if it's not checked, it can lead to something.
Yeah,
If it's not checked.
if it's not checked, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Just like
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
telling you with that little kid that was rapping, just cussing all in it like a grown man. Like, bro.
Yeah, he showed me that
Yeah,
at the
it's
crib,
just
yeah.
like, y'all know y'all take him down this path of pretty much he gonna get killed. Because
Yeah,
he's
one
trying
or
to
two
project in jail or the grave. Like you're projecting on him a lifestyle that he's not even equipped to handle.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
exactly.
they said it in my lyrics. They gonna try you.
Yeah, it's
They gonna test your gangster. They gonna see how gangster you
Right.
are.
right, right.
It's just like
Exploit it. That's what they use that as the cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Social media's got everything twisted, man. I'm just watching. You know, you just see stupid stuff like just for attention, man. It's like, man, what are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing? This nation, bro. And that's a whole nother story, but
it is, and the
Well, yeah.
podcast, because you know that's gonna be good too.
yeah,
You know, elaborating. One thing I really love about this podcast in particular,
What do you love? What do since you said that?
I don't
What?
love nothing.
What?
I don't love nothing.
You capping. So what do you love about the podcast though? Talk to us.
man, I love about the podcast of the authenticity, the transparency, the honesty, but more importantly, the integrity, the character. And I love that we talk about things that I don't necessarily see a lot of people talking about. I think we're like distinctively different, and I feel like we'll be able to appeal to a larger audience that is in this space of what we're talking about now, even up to the last 9-10 videos. I love it because it gives us a chance to also internally heal and get advice at the same time in something we may be going through in the season that we may know of that we have yet to share or and it's just like, and it gives you a lot of nuggets. It gives you a lot of application, not just knowledge, not just wisdom, but how to apply the knowledge, how to apply the wisdom. And I just love everything about it. I just love the brotherhood, the bond, like the laugh, the jokes, like just everything,
yeah.
man.
I
Just-
always look forward to the recordings, bro.
it's and then behind before we get started.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
it just sets fire to what we're gonna do on the camera. So
Yeah.
I think I love to appreciate the moments and just knowing where this is gonna go. Like I could foresee where this is going. Just in general. And it's needed.
Yeah.
For such a time as
Yeah.
this is needed.
Yeah, we started at the right time. I believe it. You know, when you started slowing down a little, just a tad, not much, but just a tad. Yeah, because you was on 2 podcasts already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had our stuff going on, and you know, and it was just like, man, this is the time. Let's do it, everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go.
Exactly.
And this is just a start, man. You know,
It
so.
is.
And, you know, as we move forward and, you know, the production is going to get better and sounds get better and stuff like that, you know. So, you know, like I said, hey, guys, listen, if you contemplating starting something, hey, we're a testimony. We are not where we are. We don't have all the cameras we want to have. We don't have
We ain't no experts.
all the sound. We ain't no expert. You know, we just using what we have, man.
That's it, yeah,
you know,
for sure.
and as we, you know, grow and progress, you will see the differences. You'll see the changes of the setup and different things of that nature. So it's progress, man. So I just encourage you. We just encourage y'all to,
sure.
you know, just get started. Like last episode, you know, Alxndr said, dive in. Just dive in. You ain't got to know it all. Sometimes you got to jump and pull the parachute on your way down. You can't pull the parachute in the plane because you're gonna suffocate everybody. So you got to jump.
Somebody get
You know what I'm saying? you gonna tear stuff up, you know. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta jump and pull the string on the way down. And so, you know, just gotta make it do what it do.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta encourage him, bird dog.
Let it rip, bro. Yeah,
Don't
I'm trying to
abort.
wrap up, so let it rip.
Don't abort the mission.
Yeah.
You abort the mission, you abort everything that's a part of the mission, including your identity. Because you'll be lost out here in these streets. Because you're chasing after something that will never fulfill you. But only what God allows you to obtain and acquire. And just honestly being intentional. You'll never experience that only chasing after man. And opportunities. There's more. Like missions, I feel like when it comes to missions, man, it's a, like you said, it's the dream of Martin Luther King. It's a bigger picture when it comes to God's assignments and His people and what they need, and being able to allow them to see the God in you, to experience like, yo, how did you get here? Like, why you got so much joy? I have people ask me that all the time. Why you got so? It's the Lord. And I ask for that every single day. Joy is a choice.
Right.
I choose joy. I can easily wallow in whatever's going on in my life. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Don't change nothing. I can either pray or I can worry. I can't do both. So I feel like, man, with the mission, like, get with somebody that can, not only understands, but can actually show you how to be a part of the mission. I just want to encourage y'all in that, man. Like, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than our wants, because He knows our needs.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You got anything before we head up?
Come out the house.
You know, I don't. Hey,
He came out with the barrel double shotgun.
For real.
Boo boo.
hey, I'm just, I ain't really, honestly, to be completely honest with you, that's why I said what I said about the parasite, being parasitic and connected. You know what I'm saying? Because
That was good. That was real good.
because we have to know,
Yeah.
like, we have to know, you know what I'm saying, like, where we at.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready to be, then you're not ready yet. Just, you know what I'm saying, work on that stuff. Let it sit, let it simmer. Crock pocket.
Right.
Crock pot. Turn it on, turn it on low, leave the house, and then come back when it's done. Sometimes you got to crock pot your emotions. Crock pot. Don't be so quick to, no, just, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's cool. Because the worst thing you can do is be a parasite.
Right.
And not know it. You ever seen, I love animals. Animal Planet, bro. Love it. Whales, humongous. They open their mouth, and the whale in the water with his mouth open, and his little fish eating the stuff off the teeth. But when another animal that want to eat the fish come, the mouth of the whale are like, so it protects. The small fish is getting protection from the other fish. The whale don't like it, but the whale is getting dental stuff done at the same time. It's a connection thing. They feeding off of each other. So we gotta make sure that we doing that with people. We gotta make sure we doing that with,
That's good.
you know what I'm saying, with our family. You know what I'm saying? You can't be expecting your kids to do something for you all the time. I want this, I want that, but you ain't never. But Daddy, you said you was. It's the same thing. You can't expect for God to do this for you, God. I know you, but you ain't been there for God none. It don't work like that. And I think that's like the core, the foundation of just knowing where we at, and it's okay if you know. Sometimes I have to like slap myself, like, yo, you, why you dealing with them? Like what's the reason why? Like heart check, like say what's like, know what I'm saying? What's the reason why? They call me, as I call me, say it, like, yo, say what's going on? Like, what's the reason why? Are your intentions pure?
That's what it boils down.
Is your north south good right now? Because if the north south ain't good, the east and west gonna be off.
Right.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's that moral compass.
You feel me? So it's like that, trying to keep this thing aligned so this can be good. That's the most important thing.
Facts.
Above everything else. The MLK understood God's mission. Why he sent Jesus, who Jesus was, why Jesus came. So MLK just flipped it. And since stuff was going on back then with skin color and so it's still going on, but it was, you know what I'm trying to say.
That's intense, man.
So he was like, yo, I have a dream. Well, that's God sees one race, the human race. You don't see color. You don't see that. Either,
That's right.
Either you're rocking with my son or you know what I'm saying? So but we got skin, we got different cultures and stuff like that. So I have to make sure MLK just broke it down to what was going on in his time. But MLK understood a bigger mission, a bigger vision that was way beyond him. And that's why it's so powerful.
Yeah.
So just knowing where we at. Knowing where we at, why we doing what we doing, why we connected with people who we connecting to. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay if all the times you ain't gonna have it. If you think every time God send you to somebody, of course they're gonna be more advanced than you. How else do you expect to advance if you don't go around somebody who better than you at it?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Players get with coaches because the coaches have better technique. They put the 6-pack police officer.
There you go with the police officer.
Let me not go there because stuff going on right now. But you know what I'm saying?
Edit this portion. Edit.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
That bro got a vendetta against police officers.
I'm saying.
Put the donut down.
Put the
look.
donut down.
But for real though, they put the rookie, he all fit and everything, but they made fun of the more heavier police officer. But the heavier police officer, his stamina is built for this. He done seen stuff. He done probably seen somebody get shot. He done seen double homicides. He know how to do paperwork. He been up all night. He done been in stuff. You just got here. So you're not built for this weather yet. You're not built for this weather yet. So you all physical and fit, but are you physically and fit emotionally? Are you physically and fit mentally for what you about to do? So God will send you there, not when you think you're ready, when he know it's time for you to take that next thing. But it's just knowing where we at. That's all there is to it. And I'm just big on constantly just knowing, let me make sure my north-south is good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the better my north-south is, the better my east-west is going to be, and the better that I can be tangible and connect to these people who I'm called to and who God sent in my way. You feel
That's
me?
what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. There you have it, man. Once again, it's been a great podcast, man. It's been
Facts.
It's been lovely, man. And so the fellas have left you with some great nuggets, man, to go ahead and kind of finish kicking off this new year as we
Yes, sir.
already in month number 2 and the year just started.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So I just want to leave with y'all, man. Just focus on the mission, man. Just stay focused on the mission. Because when the man leaves, you focus on the man and the man leaves, that means you aborted the whole mission and you aborted the whole process. So at the end of the day, it's about the mission and not the man. So y'all just keep that in your repertoire, man, as you're moving forward. Just remember why you're doing what you do when you do what you do. Yeah, all right. So we won't leave out of here with that, man. Once again, this has been the Blueprint to Success podcast, man. Thank y'all for listening, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all tuning in, watching, whatever platform you're tuning in on, man. We appreciate you. Keep them comments coming, man. We'll definitely got some constructive criticism, man. So we're taking it all in. So whatever you got, man, hit us up with it. And so, man, we love y'all for it. We appreciate y'all, man. And go ahead and take this February by storm and crush the rest of the year, man. So once again, this has been the Blueprint to Success podcast. We'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And remember, if you think different and be different, You'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. God bless. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
At your
God
boy.
bless.